Sydney Sweeney always knew she was meant to perform. Growing up in Spokane, Washington, her childhood wasn't filled with glitz and glamour, but with nature trails, small-town charm, and big dreams. She was drawn to storytelling from a young age, whether it was performing for her family or imagining herself in the characters she loved on screen. But for a girl from a quiet town, Hollywood seemed as far away as the moon. Sydney's turning point came when she learned about an open casting call for a movie being filmed in her area. At just 12 years old, she decided to take a leap of faith. But instead of simply asking her parents for support, Sydney did something extraordinary. She created a 5-year business plan for her acting career. She outlined every step she would take, every milestone she hoped to achieve, and even calculated the financial commitment required. Her meticulous presentation impressed her parents. It wasn't just a dream, it was a strategy. They decided to back her, packing their lives and moving to Los Angeles to give her a real shot at success. Arriving in Hollywood was exhilarating, but overwhelming. The Sweeneys faced the harsh realities of the entertainment industry almost immediately. Sydney found herself competing with hundreds of other aspiring actors at every audition, many of whom were already seasoned professionals. The rejections were frequent and often stung deeply. Casting directors would compliment her talent but still say, "You're just not what we're looking for right now." Sometimes she wouldn't even get feedback at all. Despite these setbacks, Sydney refused to be discouraged. Rejection became her fuel. Instead of giving into self-doubt, she turned inward, analyzing every audition and asking herself how she could improve. She enrolled in acting workshops, immersed herself in scripts, and practiced for hours every day. Sydney was determined to master her craft, believing that preparation would be her greatest weapon. Her family played a crucial role during these challenging years. They sacrificed financial stability and personal comfort to support Sydney's dream, and their unwavering belief in her pushed her to keep going. There were moments of doubt when she questioned whether the sacrifices were worth it, but her parents reminded her of the plan she had laid out. "Success takes time," her mother would say. "You just have to keep showing up." Sydney began to land minor roles in commercials, indie films, and TV guest spots. Though small, these parts were victories in her eyes, a sign that she was making progress. Her first significant break came with The Handmaid's Tale, where she portrayed Eden Spencer, a character both innocent and tragic. This role marked her as an actress with the ability to bring depth and vulnerability to the screen. Industry professionals began to take notice, and fans connected with her performance. But Sydney wasn't content with being a supporting player. She knew she had more to offer. The real game changer came when she was cast as Cassie Howard in HBO's Euphoria. Sydney threw herself into the role, digging deep into Cassie's emotional struggles and the societal pressures placed on young women. She delivered a raw, layered performance that resonated with audiences and critics alike. Cassie's journey from her yearning for love to her moments of self-destruction felt painfully real, and Sydney's ability to capture those complexities made her a standout in an ensemble cast filled with talent. But Euphoria wasn't just a professional success, it was personal validation. After years of being told no, Sydney finally heard an emphatic yes. She felt seen, appreciated, and most importantly, empowered. Her portrayal of Cassie wasn't just acting, it was storytelling in its purest form. The role cemented Sydney as a rising star, and offers for other high-profile projects began pouring in. Beyond her acting, Sydney's entrepreneurial spirit shone. She launched her own production company, aiming to develop stories that mattered to her. As someone who had worked tirelessly to find her voice, she wanted to help others do the same. Her company focused on diverse, meaningful narratives, proving that Sydney wasn't just interested in being in front of the camera, she wanted to shape the stories being told. Sydney also became an advocate for mental health awareness. Having experienced the intense pressure of auditions, the weight of rejection, and the constant scrutiny of the industry, she understood how taxing the journey could be. In interviews, she spoke candidly about the importance of self-care and resilience, inspiring fans to prioritize their well-being. Her openness made her relatable, grounding her stardom in authenticity. But even as her fame grew, Sydney remained grounded. She often reflected on her journey from the little girl in Spokane with a 5-year plan to the Hollywood starlet she had become. Every rejection, every hard-won audition, and every sleepless night spent preparing had led her to this point. Her success wasn't handed to her, it was earned, one step at a time. Sydney Sweeney's rise to fame wasn't just about talent. It was about perseverance. She took every no as a challenge, every setback as a lesson, and every opportunity as a chance to prove herself. Today, she's not just a rising star, she's a force to be reckoned with. Her story is proof that resilience and hard work can transform even the harshest rejections into golden opportunities.